And my first job today is to introduce you business intelligence and the web interface. And you might wonder, why do we put together the web interface and business intelligence? Typically, these are two different topics and subjects when we present new functionality in Pronto XI. The reason is, in Pronto XI 730, and I know many of you have been here last released, we have released the new web interface. And what we found out is we can leverage the new web interface in Pronto XI to provide you with fantastic innovation in analytics, in KPIs, and discovering the value of your data within your business. Before I do that, I found a quote on the internet that I liked: "You can't manage what you can measure." And that has really driven what we try to deliver in Pronto XI 740, is giving you the insights, the measure, to see how your business is going. So we have released a set of KPIs in Pronto XI, KPIs which are the key performance indicators. And you can see one here on the screen, which is the accounts receivable days. That's an indication how fast your customers are actually paying you, and you would like that number to go down. So that's the type of KPI, that's the type of measure that we would like to provide to you in Pronto XI. And not only in the financial aspect of Pronto XI, but in each department, for each Pronto XI user within your business, we would like to give them the KPIs that are relevant for their business. For example, a salesperson might want to see the sales to date, month to date, while the marketing person might want to see what are the products that are selling, and a retailer might want to see what products are selling in the stores, so we can actually adjust the promotions. Once you have that information, that key KPI, that instant measure that allows you to run your business more effectively, you want to be able to drill down in more details about that specific KPI. For example, in this one, you want to see if specific states or specific divisions within your business are performing better than others. The objective of that is to be able to take the best performing departments, the best performing states or regions, and actually take the best practices and implement them in the divisions that are not working so well. Another aspect of the KPIs, we would like to see trends, and that in the past has been quite difficult sometimes to bring out in Pronto XI, but we want to see how we are performing over time. Are we increasing the data days, or are we decreasing and improving our performance? And that's critical in actually taking actions to improve how you are running your business. Before I introduce you with the KPI library and the workspaces we are releasing in Pronto XI 740, I would like to show a little video of our product manager, Chris Hugh, who I believe is here as well, explaining the reason why we developed these two new features.
So we've looked at a bunch of our customers who have worked with Pronto to realize and unlock business value by developing custom analytics and reporting capabilities for their organization. And we've also identified some patterns emerging across our customers and also the broader industry in terms of what are the KPIs or key performance indicators that are most relevant to us. And from that, we've sought to bring as much as that learning into our product as an out-of-the-box capability in two ways. Firstly, as a KPI library to provide aggregated performance information for the organization, and secondly, as a workspaces visualization platform to enable you to view KPI and other information. And in doing so, we identified a few core values that were really important to us and through which we wanted to shape this development. And the first of those was flexibility. We wanted to ensure that when customers use this platform, that there's a range of business roles who are able to get value from it and utilize the capability. And the second one was user experience. We took an uncompromising approach to user experience. We wanted to make sure that we delivered something that was highly intuitive and a joy for our customers to use.
Thank you, Chris. So let me introduce to you the first part of this new KPI widgets that we have included in Pronto XI 740, and it's the KPI library. That's the Pronto side of things. And you all know that in Pronto XI, we have a lot of data, because that's the essence of an ERP solution, is to actually provide you with all the data you need and record the data you need to actually run your business. So we have the standard master tables, the transaction tables, the code tables in Pronto XI. And on top of that, we have the IBM Cognos model that allows you to actually extract information from all this data. What we have done in Pronto XI 740, we have added the KPI library tables. And these tables are actually snapshots of this core data. And this is data that is pre-calculated, drillable, consolidated, that allows you to get information easily out of your system. It's like in a way, we have built a type of ETL in Pronto XI to provide you with the right dimension to actually analyze your own data. Of course, we have also added the Cognos model on top of that data of these new tables. That means you can easily extract information, you can easily build reports out of this information, and of course, you can actually build the new widgets that you have seen in Chris' presentation. So let's have a look at the KPI library, what it looks like. In Pronto XI 740, we have built about 80 standard KPI out of the box. That means we have talked to many of you, we have talked to industry experts, we have looked at what are the most common KPIs that people are using within their business. And you have them here, from sales, inventory, financials, CRM, project, service. Standard KPIs that are relevant to your business. Let's have a look at the first one, sales. And for each of these KPIs, we have designed many measures, as you can see. For the sales one, we have the quantity year-to-date, month-to-date, budget, a lot of information you can choose from to actually build the KPIs that are relevant for your business. A little bit more about KPIs. When you design a KPI, you would like to see what's the information that I want to see? What's the key data, the key figures that will actually help me understanding what I'm doing in my business, like sales year to date. The second aspect is what we call drill paths or dimensions. We want to be able to see what's relevant to us. For example, in the sales organization, you might want to see the sales per company, per territory, and sales representative. But that's not what, for example, a warehouse manager wants to see. A warehouse manager wants to see what are the products that are shipping, what are the products that are fast-moving so he can optimize his warehouse. Or the marketing manager is not really interested in the sales as such, but he is interested in what products are selling, what brands are selling, and what product group actually are shipping, allowing them to promote the products or change the pricing. Then it's about snapshots. How do we evolve? As I mentioned earlier, we want to be sure that we can see in which directions things are going. And the last item is to visualize the data. You have seen the KPI widgets that we have had in Pronto XI in the video, but because we have these tables, which is native Pronto XI data that is stored in a database, you can use that in multiple ways. The first way, you can select, for example, your drill path, either looking at it by territory, item, or customer, and you can see the data in standard Pronto XI reports. And you already know that you can filter, you can sort, you can see the aggregates in these tables, and export them in Excel if that's what you want to do. You can also build reports in IBM Cognos, or you can see them in what we have added in Pronto XI 740 is the KPI widgets in the Pronto XI workspace. Before I show you these specific widgets, I would like to add also a great new features we have added when it comes to business intelligence with the KPI library, which is monitoring. You already know that we can get information about your data, about how your business is going through reports, dashboards, so on and so forth. But that's what we call active analysis. But what we have added in Pronto Xi 740 is a concept of notification. What does that mean? In your business, there are many people that need information about your key KPIs, but they're not logging into Pronto every day. So how can we inform these people, maybe your management or the board, how your business is going without having them to log into Pronto Xi? The best way to do it is actually to alert them when something is changing within the business. For example, here we have a specific KPI about the gross margin, and very easily, without having extensive Pronto Xi knowledge, without having to learn a lot about how to set it up, you can create an email and send it to the relevant people within your business when the trend, in this case, is going down for 3 months in a row. And that's certainly some information that your management would like to know, information that the board, for example, would like to know. And again, this type of KPIs not only applies on financials, but across the Pronto Xi modules. So here is a little bit of a summary of our KPI library. We have about 80 standard KPIs out of the box. The data is certainly stored in Pronto Xi tables. It means you can export the data as you wish. It means also that you might not be restricted to a specific reporting engine, but you can use this data as you see fit in any engine that you want. The Cognos model is certainly built automatically. That means you don't need to create it. Out of the box, when you create the KPI widget, the Cognos model will be built for you. The next point is snapshots. For the first time in Pronto, you certainly can use snapshot across all modules very easily, giving you information you need. And we also have built some data quality tools. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because Gary, after the break, will show you the great enhancement we have done in Pronto Xi 740 to ensure your data is of quality. Because you know, if you have bad data coming in, you are unlikely to have great information coming out. The key aspect we wanted to achieve with the KPI library, it is to be fast. So it's not data that we retrieve, which will take minutes to get out in a report. We wanted that to be released in seconds, and that's certainly what we have achieved with the KPI library. Now I would like to present to you the workspaces, which is the visualization component of this KPI library. And you can see here we have widgets within the Pronto Xi interface. And here we have a few KPIs that are displayed. And again, you can have different KPIs for different people within your organization. So let's have a look at a video, how that all works out. You have a new button on top of the screen called Workspaces. And that's real time. You can see the KPIs are displayed immediately. You can change the size of the KPIs. You can drag and drop them around. You can select a new KPI you have set up in the KPI library and add it here. Simply apply, and it's there. In this instance, we choose a Twitter feed. That's nothing to do with the KPI library. But we wanted to give you an example where Pronto Xi is going also in the future, where you will be able to display on the Pronto Xi screen information that goes beyond the KPI library. For example, social media streams here that could be valuable for your business. Now let's look at more details on a specific KPI. When you set one KPI up, you can define your drill path, what you want to see the data by. You can select one of the measures or multiple measures, metrics, for that KPI. Select the type of chart you want to see, and here it is. It will be applied automatically to your workspaces. The point we are making here is that we wanted something that's extremely easy to set up for you. We didn't want you to have to write complex reports to get the right information, critical information out of your business. So a short summary of what we have with this KPI library. You can define your own drill paths, your own dimensions. As I said, a salesperson might want to see different data from the HR person within your business. You can choose metrics, 1,400 metrics out of the system. And as we speak, as we started development for 750, which is the next release, we have already added more than 100 new measures to the KPI library. You can display data trends. You can filter the data. You can display them as a data grid. So it's not only graphs, but if you want to see a table, certainly you can do that. You can have multiple charts, visualization, and of course, data security. That respects the data security and setup we have in Pronto XI. That means that from an administration point of view, you can decide who can see the KPIs or not. As a summary, what we wanted to achieve is make Pronto XI easy to use and display analytics, business intelligence, key information, key figures from your business instantly. Of course, there are a lot of features there. There is one I wanted to highlight here, is the drill back. As usual, we always try in Pronto XI to make sure that you can start from a very high level information and drill back to the lowest level of transaction within the database. And certainly you can do that with the KPI library. So I hope you enjoyed that. I would like now to also explain to you some of the changes we have done in the web interface. And as you have been here, many of you have been here in 7:30, you know we have released the web interface. For those who haven't been here, I would like to play a short video as a reminder of the new web interface of Pronto XI. And this is just the beginning. So we have released in Pronto XI 7:30 about 18 months ago a new web interface. And that new web interface is certainly now the main client we are working on to provide you with key new features in Pronto XI. As a summary, the web interface allows you to run Pronto in a web browser, in Chrome. And that means you can run Pronto seamlessly on a Mac, on a PC. If you're running Chrome on a Linux machine, you can even run it there. We don't have any add-ons to be added to the browser. It works simply like that out of the box, using modern technologies, which are JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Great way to actually deploy a system without having to install software on different devices. What we try to do is to provide you a great new experience. So the user interface is certainly uncluttered, much better looking interface, allowing you to focus on the data, focus on the key information that you need when you are using Pronto XI. But at the same time, we wanted you to have a familiar user experience. We didn't want you to have to relearn to use Pronto XI when moving from the enterprise client to the web interface. And for the people that are using inventory in Pronto XI, that's the inventory, maintenance, and inquiry screen, I'm sure that you recognize the Pronto screens you might be using if you are using a version before 7:30. So the key points of the new web interface, we have a new ribbon, we have a restyled menu, a new menu bar that's on top instead of being at the bottom. We have new color schemes, consistent navigation, and we have done an enormous amount of work to the data grids to make them easy to use, to make them easy to see the right data, to see the data you want to see within your business. We have also added a new way to display the screens. Many of you using Pronto XI might actually have screens stacking on top of each other. Now we have moved that concept, and the main screen you're working on is always the screen that's on top of the display of the user interface. All the other screens that used to be under that main screen are now at the bottom. In this accordion, of course, you can open this accordion, you can expand these screens, look at the information, copy and paste if that's what you want to do. But What we found out working with UX experts is that the key information should always be at the same place, should always be the hero within the user interface. When we released that in 7.30, the web interface was version 1.1, and now we have moved to version 2.1, I believe, with the Pronto XI 7.40 release. That means that every 6 to 8 weeks, we are releasing a new version of the web interface. We are getting feedback from people using it. We are looking at the latest trend in web design, and we are applying that to the new web interface. Today, I would like to show you some of the key new features we have added in this web interface for 7.40. I would like to show you some enterprise search, the macros, alert me, and also data filters. Let's have a look at the enterprise search. What we wanted to do here is give you an easy way to find data in Pronto XI, give you an easy way to navigate in Pronto XI, and to achieve that, we looked at the best in the business, and certainly Google is the place to look at when you want to implement a search engine. Say you have a text box, you enter the data, and then you get the results automatically displayed for you. So let's have a look at a video showing you how that works in Pronto XI. On top of the screen, you have a search option. You can enter the word you are looking for, and it's displayed here, either in all modules, or you can actually reduce it to focus on a specific module of Pronto XI, in this case, the supplier. And if you want to check inquire about a supplier, you just press the inquiry screen. But we have also something very cool here, providing you additional option. For example, here, I would like to create a purchase order for that supplier, and it opens automatically the screen for you for that supplier. So what we have added here are customizable actions that allow you to actually go in a specific area of Pronto XI easily to work and see the data you're interested into. So as a summary for the enterprise search, it's available everywhere on most modules of Pronto XI, and you can see real-time results. Again, like for the KPI library, we wanted this information to be displayed in real time. We wanted that information to be displayed in seconds, if not less. The other thing, it respects data security. Again, if you're not allowed to see specific data, it will not show in your search. And the key feature, I believe, that's fantastic, you can customize it on how you use Pronto XI. If you go to a specific screen, you might use a custom option here to actually find it more easily. The next feature I want to introduce to you are the macros. And are there many people using macros in Pronto XI here? Maybe, yeah, I can see a few. The macros is a way to be more productive in Pronto XI by recording a sequence of keystrokes on your keyboard that can then be played automatically when using Pronto XI. That makes it easier to navigate in Pronto XI. It makes it easier to actually enter information in a screen or navigate in a screen. For those who click the enter button multiple times, certainly it's something that's very valuable. We had that feature in the enterprise client already, and we have added it to the new web interface. I actually like that picture, it's my keyboard. So let me show you how it's done. To create a macro in Pronto XI now, you simply click Start Recording, and you enter the sequence of keystrokes you want to enter, and end recording, and that's it. Once this is done, you have these macros available to you, and you can call them simply by selecting Control-1 to Control-9, and this macro will run for you. A great little productivity tip that will make your life way easier when using Pronto XI. The next item is, again, something that will assist people that are not connected or logged into Pronto XI all day long, is this function called Alert Me. If you go in the data grid, you have already this function called sorting, filtering, so on and so forth, but now you can get alerts out of your data grid very simply without having to go through a complicated process to set it up. For example, here, I'm a service manager, and I would like to have information when a service call level 1, which is a critical call, comes into my business. So what's the best way to get that? Is to get an email on my mobile phone so that I get it even if I'm not connected to Pronto XI. So how do I set it up? I just select that column in the Pronto XI data grid. If it's a priority 1, I can then send that information to myself, but also to other people within your business that might need to take action immediately when that occurs. Great little feature. The last one I would like to introduce to you today are the date filter. What do I mean by that? Sometimes it's difficult to set up in Pronto XI. How do I see my sales yesterday? You can do that in a data grid, but I would like that specific screen to be there when tomorrow I want to see the sales today. So let's have a look at it. For example, show me all the sales orders created last calendar year. Show me all the sales, all the orders dispatched in the last 7 days. Let's have a look at the video how that's done. That's purchase order. In the data grid, I can select all the orders that have been ordered in the last 90 days. So I can use a keyword like today. I enter the title. And here, automatically, I have displayed all the orders created in the last 90 days. And that's a new view created in your data grid. Here, I would like to see all the purchase orders that have been shipped or received since the beginning of the year. And here, I'm using a script to achieve that purpose. Orders that have arrived this calendar year. And again, we have created a new view in Pronto XI, providing you with the information you need. That means if today, tomorrow, next week, we have new purchase orders that have arrived, they will be automatically displayed in that view that you can save on your data grid. Fantastic little feature. You can use keywords, and you can also use scripting that will allow you to do very fancy things. All right, the last thing I would like to present to you today when it comes to the web interface and business intelligence is IBM Cognos. And as you know, IBM is a strategic partner for Pronto XI. In Pronto XI 740, we have released IBM Cognos version 10.2.2 that is providing us with tremendous new functionality. And I will just highlight a couple of them that will be of interest. The key focus of IBM for 10.2.2 was to make the life easier when you create reports, making it easier to get the reports you need in your business, but also making the life easier for the user consuming these reports so that they get the right information. They can personalize this report as they see fit. So I selected a couple of features. The first one are the tabs reports. So many of you might actually go through reports page by page and try to get information that might be hidden in page 30 or at the end of the report. Now you can actually create tabs in your report that will allow you to put the key information or the summary information in tabs, allowing you to get to this information faster. Fantastic little feature when you are writing new reports that will benefit all your users. The next one are new charts. Again, IBM, with every release, is adding new visualization, new chart types that will assist you actually to display the data the way you want the data in a way that's meaningful for you. So that's what we have added in Pronto XI 740 in the web interface and in BI and analytics. So I hope you enjoyed these new widgets. I'm sure that all of you will find benefits for it. I would like now to introduce Bruce Minty that will show you one of the key features in Pronto XI 740, which is resource management.